Good morning and welcome to English Lessons on Iman TV. As usual, we are going to start our lesson with review and practice of words that we studied before, and then we will continue where we stopped last week, and that was with listening comprehension. We did some work, but we are going to continue where we stopped and finish that lesson. And at the end, I have some new words for you. These words are in relation to housing vocabulary, and you will have a vocabulary test at the end as well. بیننده های بسیار محترم تلویزیون ایمان، درس امروز خودم مثل درس‌های گذشته با تکرار و تمرین لغات شروع میکنیم. بعداً درسی که از listening comprehension باقی مانده بود او رو تعقیب میکنیم و مکمل میسازیم و در اخیرش لغات جدید راجع به موضوعات housing که چی قسم خانه ها موجود است و لغات انگلیسی که او به کار میره این خدمت شما تقدیم میکنه و در اخیرش یک امتحان لغات هم به شما تهیه کردیم. So let's start the first part with a review and practice of vocabulary. These are the words we studied before. I expect you to know the meaning, and that's why we are going to practice them. لغاتی که دی چارت میبینید لغات جدید نیست. این لغات ما شما قبلا مطالعه کردیم و آره میخوایم این تکرار بکنم و شما خواهش من است که این لغات در جملات استفاده بکنید. Please repeat after me together. Faucet, faucet. Country, country. Closet, closet. Newspaper, newspaper. Leaves, leaves. Lives, lives. Plumber, plumber. Tab, tab. So the sentences are down here, and I want you to choose one word and use it in each of the following blanks. در بعد از شما می‌بینید که جملات است و در این جملات در هر جمله یک خالی است و توقع ما شما است که یکی از این لغات انتخاب بکنین و در خالی‌ها استعمال بکنین و البته باید که شکل درستی این لغات و معنای جمله باید مکمل باشه. معنای لغات باید بفهمین. Faucet is something that you use on your sink. Country is a place far away from the city. Closet, and what you call it in Farsi almari, where you keep your clothes. Newspaper is what you call it in Farsi roznama. And what I want you to pay attention is leaves, L-E-A-V-E-S, and live, L-I-V-E-S. And the difference is leaves به معنای ترک گفتن است و live به معنای زندگی کردن. And the spelling is different, the pronunciation is different, and I really want you to pay attention to the pronunciation and the spelling, and I want you to use them in the sentences correctly. And then plumber, in Farsi we call it naldawan, and tap means to touch somebody. Okay? So sentence number 1. Mr. Smith blank is home at 7 o'clock every morning. Mr. Johnson in Berkeley, California. I need a blank to fix our kitchen sink. Number 4. This blank is leaking. Please call a plumber to fix it. Did you put my jacket in the blank? Does Jim still live in the blank? So I want you to now see if you could find the right word and use them in these blank spaces. So here are, actually there's 2 more. I read New York Times. Which blank do you read every day? And number 8, why did Ahmad blank you on your shoulder yesterday? So which word would you use here? Now let's look and see if you have chosen the right word, okay? So I will read the sentence, give you a chance, pause, and see if you can choose the correct word. Mrs. Smith blank is home at 7 o'clock every morning. So which word would you use here? Faucet, country, closet, newspaper, leaves, lives, plumber, tap. So you need to choose. Mrs. Smith is what? The subject. You need a verb. So that's the tip I can give you. So two the words could fit here. One is leaves, the other one is lives. Which one would you use over here? Mrs. Smith what? Is home at 7 o'clock every morning. The correct answer is leaves. Mr. Smith leaves his home at 7 o'clock every morning. Number 2, Mr. Johnson in Berkeley, California. So which word would you put over here? The correct answer is lives in Berkeley, California. So he lives in Berkeley in California. یعنی در شهر برکلی در کالیفرنیا زندگی میکنه و مستر سمیت جمله نمبر 1 نمبر 1 این ساعت 7 بجه هر روز از خانه خود به اصطلاح میبره یا خانه خود ترک میگه به طرف کار میره. So leaves, lives. Okay, keep that in mind. Number 3, I need a blank to fix our kitchen sink. You need what? The correct answer is I need a plumber. So you need a plumber to fix pipes. Okay? So plumber is a person who can do what? Who can fix pipes in a bathroom or kitchen or wherever it's needed. Let me read these sentences with correct completion. Number 1, Mr. Smith leaves his home at 7 o'clock every morning. Number 2, Mr. Johnson lives in Berkeley, California. Number 3, I need a plumber to fix our kitchen sink. Number 4, this is leaking. Please call a plumber to fix it. This blank is leaking. So what can you put here? So in this list of words, faucet, country, closet, newspaper, leaves, lives, plumber, tap. Which one is the word that could leak? The correct answer is faucet. This faucet is leaking. Please call a plumber to fix it. Did you put my jacket in the? Where do you put your jacket? Where you keep the clothes, and the word for that one is what? Closet. Did you put my jacket in the closet? Number 6. Does Jim still live in the blank? In the what? The correct answer is, let me see if it works. Country means a place far away from the city, in a suburb or in a village. Let me read these sentences with correct completions. This faucet is leaking. Please call a plumber to fix it. Did you put my jacket in the closet? Does Jim still live in the country? Number 7. I read New York Times. Sorry, I should use present tense. I read New York Times. Which do you read every day? So New York Times is the name of what? A newspaper. So the correct answer should be what? Newspaper. I read New York Times. Which newspaper do you read? Number 8, the last one. Why did Ahmad you on the shoulder yesterday? And the correct answer, the only word we haven't used is what? Tap, which means this. Tap on a shoulder. So let me read these two sentences with correct completion. I read New York Times. Which newspaper do you read? Number 8, why did Ahmad tap you on the shoulder yesterday? Now we're done with this one, but before we leave this segment of the lesson, let me have you repeat after me together. لطفاً بعد از ما این کلمات یا لغات تکرار بکنید. Please repeat. Faucet. Faucet. Country. Country. Closet. Closet. Newspaper. Newspaper. Leaves. Lives. Plumber. Plumber. And in plumber, keep in mind that the B is silent. You write B, but you don't say it. Plumber. And then tap. Now we are moving to the listening comprehension lesson that we had last time, but we didn't have time to finish it. So these were the words, and then we're going to do all the exercises and finish it, and then we move to the next part. Please repeat after me together. Earn, earn, discover, discover, puzzled, puzzled, identify yourself, identify yourself, handbag, handbag, bank teller, bank teller, town, neatly, neatly, checkbook, checkbook, attractive, attractive. So the meaning of earn is what? Make. We usually use this one what? When you work and you get paid. So you earn money. یعنی وقتی که آدم مزد بگیره به فارسی کار بکنه پیسه که به اصطلاح از طریق با اوله قف دست خود میسازه او رو به نام میگن earn. So you work in a place, they give you a salary or hourly, that's the money that you earn. Okay? If your brother gives you money or father gives you money, that's not earning. That's bakshish in Farsi, right? So that's something that you get allowance. But earn is what? When you work and you earn the money, make the money. Discover means what? To find out. Find out means what? یک چیزی رو کشف کردن، پیدا کردن، فهمیدن. Puzzle is confused, not knowing what to do. در این قسمت دی داستان پازل معنی چی بود که یک نفر پازل شد، این معنی چیزی که نمیفهمید چی بکنه، یعنی confused شد بکنه. So confused, puzzled. Identify yourself means show identification card. Say who you are. So you tell a person who you are, you show your driver's license or passport, you identify yourself. And sorry for coughing. Handbag, another word for handbag is what? Purse. In Farsi you call it discount. And bank teller is a person who helps you cash a check in a bank or deposit a check. So the person, you go to a bank and you give you a check or you want to get some money from the bank, that person who helps you with that, that's called a bank teller. Town is a small city, we know that. Neatly means what? Nicely. So in this story, we say that she combs her hair neatly. Means she combs her hair beautifully, nicely. You could clean a place neatly. Neat also means clean and nice. Checkbook is what? Just a checkbook. And then attractive is something, it simply means beautiful. This was about the story of a person, a woman who went to the bank. So it said that she was attractive, means she was pretty, she was beautiful. Now, please repeat these words one more time, and then we are going to read the dialogue together. Last time you heard it twice, but we couldn't finish it. I want to show you the dialogue now. We go over it together. We also do a grammar lesson on it, okay? So please repeat after me together. Earn, earn, discover, discover, puzzled, puzzled, identify yourself, identify yourself, handbag, handbag, bank teller, bank teller, town, town, neatly, neatly, checkbook, checkbook, attractive, attractive. Now let's go to the next part. The next part is these questions that I had for you, the focus questions, and you kind of answered them last time, but we were kind of in a hurry because we didn't have enough time for the program at that time. Now I want to show you the question one more time, and this time, instead of hearing the story, I'm going to read it for you. در هفته گذشته ما این داستان با شما قرائت کردم خواندم و شما با چیزی که شنیدین سوالا را جواب دادین. به خاطر که درس ما با مو هفته آخر نشد، ما باز اون داستان برای شما آوردیم. این دفعه به عوض از اینکه برای شما او را قرائت بکنم و شما تنها بشنوین، او را ما خدمت شما هم در روی صفحه تلویزیون نشان میتم که با خواندن و قرائت و دیدن متن شما بتونین سوالا را جواب بگوین. سوالایی که ما از شما دارم 4 سوال است و این سوالا اینجا ما خدمت شما تقدیم میکنم. سوال اولی است که Where did Lisa work? Lisa is the name of a girl. She works somewhere. I want you to tell me where she works. Or she worked, because everything happens in the past. Why was Lisa worried at first? She was worried at the beginning. Why? What was the reason? Number 3. Had the bank teller seen Lisa before? So there is a bank teller and there is Lisa who goes to the bank. Now, had the bank teller seen her before? See, saw, seen. So we use the third form of the verb here. What did Lisa take out of her handbag? She took something out of her handbag. What was it? So I want you to, now let's read it together. And then you'll answer these questions after that. So let's read the paragraph together, or the story. I'm going to read for you. You please follow along. Lisa was an attractive young woman, and she always combed her hair neatly and wore pretty clothes. She worked in a small town and earned enough money to take a vacation in the summer. The first time that Lisa went on a vacation, she discovered that she hadn't brought enough money. At first, she was worried, but then she remembered that she had brought her checkbook with her and went to the bank to cash a check. The bank teller had never seen Lisa before, but he knew that a lot of people were stealing checkbooks and using them, so he said to her, "Can you identify yourself, please?" Lisa had never been asked to do this in her own town, so she looked puzzled for a moment. But then she took her mirror out of her handbag, looked at it, and then said happily, "Yes, it is me." Okay? So this was what I read to you. Now you see it. Now let's see if you could answer these questions, which becomes like a reading comprehension, not listening comprehension today. Especially if you missed the lesson I read last time, then this will be something that you only saw it, read it, so it will be reading comprehension. Question number 1. Where did Lisa work? What's your answer? Do you remember that? Lisa, the person who went on a trip, where did she work? The correct answer is in a small town. So you work in a small town. We don't know what she did, but she worked in a small town, not in a big town or big city. So you can give a long answer. Where did Lisa work? Lisa worked in a small town. Why was Lisa worried at first? At the beginning, Lisa was worried. Why? What's your answer? The correct answer is, I want you to hear from you. Can you tell me why she was worried? Can you guess? یعنی در اول لیسا که این خانم ما دربارش مطالعه میکنیم به اصطلاح فارسی مشمول بسیار ورخطا بود. یعنی دلیل ورخطایی ازی چی بود؟ چی را همطور به اصطلاح به تشویش ساخته بود؟ ورخطا ساخته بود. Why was she worried? What's your answer in English? Please tell me. The correct answer is because she hadn't brought money with her, cash. She didn't have money. She didn't have cash. So you can give a long answer. Lisa was worried because she hadn't brought money. Had the bank teller seen Lisa before? یعنی که آیا نفر موظف بانک یا بانک لیسا را قبلا دیده بود؟ And the answer is what? No, he hadn't. Or the bank teller hadn't seen Lisa before. Question number 4. What did Lisa take out of her handbag? What did he take out of her handbag? The correct answer is she took out a mirror out of her handbag. That's the answer. She took out what? So the bank teller expected her to show her driver's license or a passport, but she showed what? A mirror, like ayna, and then looked at it and said, yes, it is me. That's the funny part. Let me read these questions and answers, and then you move to the next part. Where did Lisa work? Lisa worked in a small town. Why was Lisa worried at first? Lisa was worried because she hadn't brought money. Had the bank teller seen Lisa before? The bank teller hadn't seen Lisa before. What did Lisa take out of her handbag? A mirror. She took out a mirror out of her handbag. Mirror معنایش همین آینه است که آدم تصویر خود میبینه. The scholarship would you identify yourself. So instead of taking a driver's license or a passport, she took what? A mirror out and said, yes, it is me. Now, let's go to the next part. The next part, I have questions for you that you answer. Circle T if it's true, and a circle false if they are wrong. در این قسمت به اصطلاح سوالای صحیح و غلط داریم. یعنی اگر جواب سوال همین جمله درست باشه شما دور حرف تی را خط میکشین یا دایره میکشین و معنی عزیز که درست است truth. و اگر غلط باشه دور حرف اف سرکل میکنین یا دایره میکشین و معنی عزیز که این غلط است. یعنی F means false means غلط, and T means stands for true, and true means درست است. Okay, number 1. I will read them first for you. Lisa was an attractive young woman. True or false? Number 2. She couldn't go on vacation. True or false? Number 3. Lisa was worried because she forgot her handbag. Is that the reason why she was worried? What did she forget? Her handbag? Her mirror? Her passport? What did she forget? Think about it. The bank teller asked Lisa to show her ID. Is that what the bank teller asked? Lisa showed her ID to the bank teller. Now, let's see if you have the right answers. Lisa was an attractive young woman, and the answer is what? Yes, she was beautiful. She was attractive. Lisa couldn't go on vacation, and that's what? False, because she was on vacation. That was the whole story about. She was on vacation. Lisa was worried because she forgot her handbag, and that is what? That is also false. She didn't forget her handbag. What she forgot was what? Cash, money. The bank teller asked Lisa to show her ID, and that is what? That is true. Said, please identify yourself and show me your ID. Lisa showed her ID to the bank teller, and that's what? False, because she did not show her ID. She took out a mirror and looked at it and said, it is me. Now, the next part is we're going to look at the dialogue again, and here you underline the past tense in each sentence. Just find the past tense. In past tense, some of the verbs are what? Regular verb. We studied that they take ed, and some of the verbs are what? Irregular, that their past form changes without any regularity or without any rules. So here is the story again, and I've already underlined it for you. Lisa was an attractive young woman. She always combed her hair neatly and wore pretty clothes. So combed is past tense, and it is regular verb. Wore is what? Past tense, but irregular verb. What is the present tense of wear? The answer is wear. Like I wear a tie in my TV lessons every day. I wore a tie yesterday. Past tense. She worked in a small town and earned enough money to take a vacation in the summer. So worked, ed, and also earned, ed, two regular verbs. The first time that Lisa went on vacation, she discovered that she hadn't brought enough money. So went is what? Past tense. Is the past tense of what? Go, went. So in this case, it's an irregular verb. She discovered that she hadn't brought enough money. Discovered, ed. At first, she was worried. So was the past tense of is, but what? Irregular. But then she remembered that she had brought a checkbook with her and went to the bank to cash a check. Remembered, see, ed, that means what? That's a regular verb. And then that she brought her checkbook and with her and went to the bank to cash a check. Went, the past tense of what? Go, went. The bank teller had never seen Lisa before, but he knew that a lot of people were stealing checkbooks and using them, so he said to her, "Can you identify yourself, please?" So here we have what? Knew is the past tense of know, and then were the past tense of is or are, and said the past tense of say. All of them are what? Irregular verbs. Last paragraph, Lisa had never been asked to do this in her hometown, so she looked puzzled for a moment, but then she took her mirror out of her handbag, looked at it, and she said happily, "Yes, it is me." So looked is what? Verb, and it is regular. Puzzled is not a verb here. Puzzled is an adjective. در اینجا کلمه puzzled که نمونش confuses، این با وجود از اینکه میتونه باعث یک فعل استعمال شود، در این قسمت با وجود از اینکه ایدی هم داره، این فعل نیست بلکه به قسم صفت استعمال شده. یعنی he looked puzzled. در زبان انگلیسی بعض افعال شکل سیومشان میتونه به قسم صفت استعمال شود. مثلا میگن I'm tired. See, present tense چی است؟ tired، یعنی خسته شدن. Tired is the past participle form و او معنیش است که من خسته هستم. You say I'm tired. But ed doesn't, it makes it past, but the past is used as what? As an adjective. So puzzled is the same thing here. Took is what? Irregular verb. Looked is regular verb. And said is what? Irregular verb. Now we move to the next part. Our next part is new words. Probably you haven't seen these words before. These are vocabulary in relation to housing. The words that you use in housing situation. Different types of homes. So here they are. So what kind of a house is this? Everything is in one room. In one room, the person sleeps, the person washes his clothes, the person cooks, there's a refrigerator, and there is a TV. He sits there. You do everything in one room. What do you call that? In English, you call that studio apartment. Studio apartment, meaning that it's like an apartment house, but it's just one room. Usually college students, university students, they rent these small rooms because everything is done in one place. They don't need a lot of rooms. Also, they don't have to take care of a lot of rooms. So this is easy to clean, easy to keep together, and also they're cheaper to rent because they're very small. Studio apartment. Please repeat. Studio apartment. Studio apartment. Or some people just call it what? Studio. Okay, meaning that it's one room that you do everything. You sleep there, you eat there, you wash your clothes there, you do your work there, you watch TV there, you do everything in one room. Studio apartment. Let's go to the next word. Now what about this apartment? It has only one bedroom, but it does have a living room, separate kitchen, separate bathroom, separate. So it's not like a studio, but there is only one bed there. This kind of a house or apartment is called one bedroom apartment. So it is one bedroom, and then there is a living room, there is a kitchen, there is a bathroom, and these things are what? Separate. Not like a studio. In a studio, everything is in one. All in one. Please repeat. one bedroom apartment. One bedroom apartment. This one, what do you call this? This is usually at the back of a house. In the back of the house, in the backyard, they make a 1 or 2 room, and they keep it for very close relatives. This in English is called in-law unit or in-law suite. In-law in Farsi, it means like if it's a mother-in-law, it means khushu. It's a father-in-law, it means khusur. So usually, if somebody wants to keep her in-laws with her, they bring her and put them in this private place behind their house. That's referred to as in-law unit. So some old-fashioned homes have this kind of a situation. در خانه‌های بسیار به اصطلاح قدیمی و تردیشنال، خانه‌های کلان در عقب خانه، در اولی عقبی خانه به صورت عموم یک اتاق با تمام دیگه وسایلش ترتیب میتن. این به نام in-law unit میگن. Okay, please repeat. In-law unit, in-law suite. Now, this is an apartment room, but you see everything in it. You have a dining table, you have a coffee table, you have a sofa, you have a chair, you have television, you have everything. So the furniture is there. This kind of an apartment is called furnished apartment. Furnished. Please repeat after me. Furnished apartment. Furnished apartment means everything is there. یعنی یک آپارتمان است که با تمام وسایل که لازم است اونجا موجود است، که هم به اصطلاح چپرکت داره، هم میز و چوکی داره، هم همه چیزش تهیه است. تنها شما میرین اونجا بکستان رو میبرین زندگی میکنین. Again, usually college students rent furnished apartment or furnished home. They don't need to move things around. Please repeat. Furnished apartment. Now this one is an apartment or a house with nothing in it. And that's mostly what people rent. And this is called unfurnished apartment. Unfurnished apartment. یعنی که یک آپارتمان است که به هیچ چیز دیگه نیست. همه چیز باید خود شما بیارید. میز و چوکی و رفریجریتر یا یخچال، تمام وسایل خانه باید خود شما بیارید. That's called unfurnished apartment. So when you rent an apartment, they ask you, do you need a furnished apartment or you need unfurnished apartment? Of course, furnished apartment, the rent is higher. Unfurnished is lower. Please repeat. Unfurnished apartment. This one shows a room right under the roof of the house, above the ceiling. So this kind of a room is called attic. Okay, attic. In English, you see this is A-T-T-I-C, but you don't say attic. Okay, that's in English you say the T very softly. In American English, okay, so you say what? Attic, not attic. Okay, attic. Okay, please repeat. Attic. Attic. Okay, so that's the room below the roof of the house. Usually there is no, people don't live in it, but in some parts of the United States and also in Europe, they use this room as a suite for people to live. So the windows are what? In the sky. So there's a sky window. So you don't see your side, you see the sky. That's called attic. Other people keep clothes and other things there, other things that they do not use, they keep it in the attic. Okay? Attic. And then this one is what? Where you wash your clothes. It's called a laundry room. Laundry room. This is the room at the very, very bottom of the house. It can be a room or it could be just a space. So in either case, if it's a little space or a large space, at the very bottom, it's called basement. Okay? Basement. See, attic is on the top, basement is at the bottom. Okay, so please repeat. Basement. Basement. See, you see basement? It could be different shapes. This one is a house that's split into two parts, shares walls. but it looks like one house is actually not. Two different families live there, and they're separated by walls. That's called what? That's called duplex home or duplex apartment. If you hear of duplex, means what? The walls between the two houses, they share some of the same walls, so you don't have a lot of privacy. Okay, duplex home, duplex apartment. It could be a one-story, could be a two-story home. It's called duplex. And then this one is what? A home with wheels. So it's called mobile home. It could look like this, or it could look like this. So with the first type, you could see that what? There are wheels, so you attach it to a car and the car moves it. This one, you need to put something under it to move it from one place into another. But it looks like this. So it's a house that you can move from place to place. They're usually narrow, but that can be very long. Okay? That's called mobile home. Okay? Please repeat, mobile home. So now these are all the words we studied today. So please repeat after me together. Studio apartment. Studio apartment. One bedroom apartment. One bedroom apartment. In-law unit. In-law unit. In-law suite. Furnished apartment. Furnished apartment. Unfurnished apartment. Attic. Attic. Laundry room. Laundry room. Basement. Basement. Duplex apartment. Duplex apartment or duplex home. Mobile home. Mobile home. We do not have equivalent of each one of these in Farsi, but just as long as you know what it means in English, and that will do it. So studio apartment is what? An apartment that's only one room, you do everything in it. And a one bedroom apartment is what? That there is one bedroom, but there is a dining room, and there is what? There is a kitchen separately, and there is a bathroom separate, and there's also what? A living room, separate living room. So the bedroom is separated from other rooms. That's called one bedroom. It could be two bedrooms, could be three bedrooms, could be four bedrooms, could be seven bedrooms. It could be apartment, could be a home. In-law units, a small, usually like a studio in the back of a house, a large house that they call the in-law units. Furnished apartment with furniture. And unfurnished is the opposite, apartment with no furniture. Attic, the area what? Below the roof and above the ceiling, there is a space that's called attic. Laundry room is the room where you get what? You put the washer and dryer there, and that room is called the laundry room. Basement is what? The opposite of attic, at the bottom of the house. It could be a small space, or it could be a room. Duplex apartment, duplex home, it could be a two-story home or a one-story home that share walls. Two different families live in it. Mobile home is a home that you could move. Okay? That's called mobile home. Now let's move to the next part. In the next part, which is the last part, I'm going to show you some pictures, and I want you to tell me what type of home it is. Okay? Number one, you see the apartment with all the furniture in it. It has sofas, it has chairs, it has tables, it has carpets, it has rugs, it has everything. You call it what? You call it furnished apartment. Furnished apartment. In number two, it's an apartment with nothing in it. And that's called what? Unfurnished apartment. Unfurnished apartment. Please repeat after me together. Furnished apartment. Unfurnished apartment. Look at the next picture. This is a picture of a house that is at the bottom of the house, number 3, and number 4 shows you something what? Below the roof, above the ceiling, and that's called what? Attic. So the first one is basement, and the fourth one is what? Attic. So please repeat. Basement, basement, attic, attic. And then we have number 5. This is a room where you have a washer and a dryer. You can also, so you can wash your clothes there. What do you call this room? It's called laundry room. Laundry room. And what do you call a home that you can move, a home on wheels, basically? That's called mobile home. Mobile home. What do you call a person who works in a hospital? A doctor who works in the hospital? It's called what? Physician. Right. Physician. We studied this word before, so I'm giving you the test from other words as well. And what do you call a doctor who kind of take care of your teeth? You call him what? Dentist. Dentist. So please repeat. Physician. Physician. Dentist. Dentist. Number 9, you see a doctor. We studied this like a month ago. A doctor who is a specialist in bones, can take care of your joints and bones. If something breaks, they usually come. And you call that doctor what? Orthopedist. Okay? Orthopedist. Please repeat. Orthopedist. Orthopedist. Now, look at the next doctor. Only takes care of skin problem. So if there's a skin problem, a specialist of a skin, a doctor of skin, what do you call that skin doctor? The correct word is dermatologist. Dermatologist. So please repeat. Orthopedist. Orthopedist. Dermatologist. Dermatologist. Number 11. What do you call a doctor who takes care of children only? Only takes care of children. Specializes in children's diseases. You call the doctor what? The correct answer in English is what? Pediatrician. Pediatrician. In Farsi say what? Doctor Atfal. So this is Doctor Atfal. Pediatrician. And number 12 is what? A doctor who takes care of what? Women, especially women that they are pregnant. What do you call that doctor? That doctor is called gynecologist. Gynecologist. In Farsi you call it Doctor Wuladi wa Nisa'i. So that's what it is. Doctor Wuladi wa Nisa'i. So please repeat. Pediatrician. Pediatrician. Gynecologist. Gynecologist. So this is the end of lesson 43. And so please review lesson 40 from 1 to number 43. A lot of these lessons, if not all of them, are on YouTube. You can go to English Lessons with Dr. Popal on Iman TV, and you can find these lessons and you can practice and review. بیننده های بسیار محترم تلویزیون ایمان، درس امروز ما با همینجا به پایان رسید. تا هفته آینده شما را به خداوند متعال میسپارم. باید یادآوری بکنم که اکثر از این درس‌ها را انجینیر تکنیکی ما امید جان ایره در یوتیوب گذاشته و شما میتونید که درس‌ها را از یوتیوب برین با English Lessons with Dr. Popal on Iman TV. به اون صورت شما این درس‌ها را میتونید که تکراراً بشنوین و استفاده مزید بکنید. بازم تشکر. شما را به خداوند اردو عالم میسپارم. تشکر.
يا رسول